Good afternoon, class. Today we're going to go over the story that I love to read and get a good laugh out of, as well as use my imagination, is The Cat in the Hat. I also like how much it rhymes and uses difficult words, and words that sometimes we hear that may sound like one way, but are actually another way, or they rhyme with other words. It can get a little bit confusing. So I wanted to go through this one with you guys, and where we can ask each other some questions, really see what happens, and kind of really dig into it with each other. So we're going to start off with reading The Cat in the Hat. The sun did not shine, it was too wet to play, so we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. So first, guys, what do you think, would you play in the rain? I would play in the rain. I would for sure play in the rain. How would you feel if you wanted to play all day, but you couldn't because it was raining all day? What am I supposed to do? You would still go out? No, your mom probably wouldn't let you. Yeah. Right, guys, right. Do we see kind of how they look? No, we can't really tell yet. Okay. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we too. And I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. So all we could do was sit, 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 sit. And we did not like it. Not one little bit. Oh my goodness. Okay, can someone show me in this part of the book, where do you see that there's things that they could do? Do you see anything that they could do? Point to me where you could see something that they could do inside instead of being so sad. Good job, Jeremiah. I like that you said the bike. They could ride the bike a little bit inside. That'd be funny, right? They could kick the ball back and forth, yeah. But I guess it almost seems like to the point, right? Those are things that have to be played outside. Do you think your mom would want you throwing the ball in the house? Probably not. Right. How many kids do you see here? 2? Good job. Do we think they're brothers and sister? Yeah, I think they're brother and sister too. Okay, let's keep going. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. Ah! Okay, so in this moment, I want to pause and I want to make sure that we all understand that bump was big and scary, right? Where could that have come from? Right, it came from wherever it's showing that big bump and it's showing it big and with that exclamation point, right? So it's showing, ah! What do their faces look like? Can anyone tell me what their faces look like? Good job. Yes, they look shocked. They look really shocked. So does their fish, right? Their fish even kind of look shocked. Okay, we looked and we saw him step in on the mat. We looked and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us, what do you sit here like that? I know it is wet and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun. That is funny. I know some good games we could play, said the cat. I know some new tricks, said the cat in the hat. A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do. Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day. Does anyone know what a trick is? He seems really funny though, right? He seems like he wants to help them. Right, yes. A trick is a magic trick, maybe something that magic. I like that you said magic. So if it's magic and it's a trick, that means it's something that you can a skill, right? Maybe an illusion. Maybe it's not real. Could be real, could not be real, right? Trick or treat, right? Like a prank. Maybe it's goofy. Good job. I like that you said that. Good analogy with a trick or treat. It's another way of using that trick, right? Good job. Okay, ooh, right? Scary. Their mom's gone. The cat in the hat is here to play. It's rainy outside. What would you guys do? Would you play with the cat in the hat? I maybe would play with the cat in the hat too. But our fish said, "No, no, make that cat go away. Tell that cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out." Ah. Do you think they're going to listen? Yeah, you do? Oh, man. Now, now, have no fear, said the cat. My tricks are not bad, said the cat in the hat. Why, we can have lots of good fun if you wish with a game that I call Up, Up, Up with the Fish. What do you think he's doing with the fish? Can you show me in the picture what you think he's doing? Good job. He's lifting him up. Yeah, so he's obviously doing something funny, maybe even a little bit mean, right, to the fish, but it might be entertaining to the brother and sister. Would you guys laugh? Yeah, you probably would. Put me down, said the fish. This is no fun at all. Put me down, said the fish. I do not wish to fall. What do you think like the game is with the fish? Like, do you think like the fish likes it? No, you don't think the fish likes it. Why don't you think the fish likes it? Because he's telling him to put him down. Right. Okay. Jeremiah, do you think you could read out the first two lines for me? Good job. Okay, Stephanie, can you read the next two lines for me that the cat in the hat said? Oh my goodness. Okay, this is getting a little scary. He's standing and he's holding him high, right? Okay, I'll finish it out. With a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do, said the cat. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think is going to happen next? Do you guys understand like what he's doing? Can you show me what he's doing? Good job, Stephanie. Yeah, he's standing on the ball and he's like teetering, right? Kind of scary for the fish. Do we think they're laughing? Good job, guys. Okay, we're going to keep going on to it. But as an educator, I want to step back and I want to go over a little bit about what we saw in that interaction with the students, with Jeremiah and Stephanie and some of the other ones, right? So I used a lot of gestures, I used a lot of expressions, and I wanted to make sure I was observing that my students were giving me those expressions back so that way I could either slow down my speech, ask different questions, ask yes, no questions, kind of figure out where everyone's at so I can keep things going where they need to be, and also make sure they understand what's going on in the Cat in the Hat. I like that participation is a huge, huge, huge key in terms of strategies 11 and 15, which is closed reading, which is me reading aloud, having them mirror it, asking those questions right, trying to dive a little bit deeper. And then the leveled questions that come into it as well, which is like the yes and no. What level are you at? Considering we have those three different levels, right? So I wanted to identify factual information from the text, which if you can recall, I'm going through asking them, do they look like they're having a good time? What is a trick? Things like that. What do you see inside this room that they can potentially play with, right? So I wanted to keep going over some factual things to help them understand it a little bit more and help them interpret it even into a further in depth, right? They have these toys, but what about these toys? Can we play with them inside? Yes, we see that they have toys inside, but they do look like balls and the bike. And like, would your mom want you to ride your bike inside? Probably not, right? So I like that you're able to kind of get them to relate it to their own experience to understand what's really going on in the book. And this is going to help them also learn English or other words that are going on, like trick. That's a different word, right? Trick or treat. That student made that analogy. So using these words that are kind of like rhyming, ball, wall, what can I do, have no fear, it kind of helps them understand English in a different way and kind of in a kooky way. So we're going to keep going with the book, and the next educator is going to go through with the next few sections, and they're going to go over why it's also important too.